Welcome back, everyone. And again, we're in the garage. As you know, I like to work on cars. So I spent a lot of time in the garage. That's why I did the floor and everything in here, so it's awesome. But one thing that really sucks, especially at night or when I close the garage door, and now that it's getting to summertime, I need it closed because it gets really hot in here. The light in here is crappy. So I have the garage door opener light, which is, well, terrible. And then it only has one single bulb, which I replaced with the, that's actually really cool. Amazon's little light thing, super, super, super bright. It makes this place really, really bright. However, I want more because just this one light, even though that I can move around those little things, if I'm working on the car over here, or if I'm working on something in the back, the light just doesn't get there. It creates shadows. It's very difficult to actually work on stuff. So this little box over here, I'm gonna take it out, lay it out, install it. It's gonna be lights that I can install throughout the garage. So we're gonna do it the proper way. I know some people will do that and then just route a wire down to an outlet. I'm actually gonna hardwire it up to this light. So when I flip the switch, when I come into the garage, all the lights are gonna come on, including that one, instead of having a separate light. So let's get this thing open, see what's inside. So once we get everything out of the box, this is what we are left with. You have a bunch of these little ones that we can make into shapes. We've got some long ones that came included just because it's a large kit. And then of course you have the wiring, depending on which type of wiring you wanna do. Screws, anchors, all the connectors, and some zip ties, zippity-doo-dah. So now I need to figure out a pattern that will cover the majority of my ceiling. I don't think I have to worry too much about the garage door opener because it's gonna be on the ceiling. I don't think anything is gonna get in the way of the garage door as long as no wires drop down, which is not what I plan on doing. I plan on drilling up and then connecting it to that. So I shouldn't have anything dangling down, but if you guys aren't doing it that way, of course, make sure your garage door is set up that way. I know some people can do that and then plug it up there, but I don't have an extension up there. Plus, if you do that and you decide to plug it in on the wall and you want it to turn it on, you have to just unplug it and plug it back in. There's no like on-off switch anywhere that I can see. So that would be really annoying. And these are a pretty simple setup. So it's an LED strip, you'll be able to see it there, that goes all the way through. And then at each end, they've got plugs. So you can plug something in on this end, the other end looks exactly the same. And that's what these come in for. So you can get one of these little butt connectors. All it does is connect one end to another end. So you can make squares, octagon, you can make different shapes. And there's so many of these because there's different, so that's a corner piece. This is their 3-piece, so like you can make, I think it's the hexagon shape. That's another corner piece. So you can make different shapes and layouts and stuff. And then that's the little plug that goes into it. Once everything's done, one end will go into here, so you can plug it into your wall, or one end will go here and you can hardwire it. So I'm going to be using this one. Okay, so I have my horrible mocked up shape in place. So now I'm gonna get the little connectors. I'm gonna put this one together. I'm putting them up like this and then flipping them, obviously, because this is where the light is. I just don't wanna scratch up the this side's surface. So this one in the corner is not gonna be connected to anything else since it's gonna be a corner piece. So I only need this little 2 connector over here. So that's what I'll do. You can only put it in a certain way. You can see that the little plugs are on the bottoms and the top is blank. And if you look at here, the plugs are in the bottom, the top is where the light is. So we'll just do this one-handed because I'm skilled. Oh wow, that's a tight fit. Okay, maybe not. All right, I've got one plugged in, a very tight fit, and something that I didn't notice before, it has a little lock. So this little hook on the bottom goes into the bottom of these and will hook into this open hole. It'll actually hook into this one right here slightly, but that is from the cap. So it'll just catch on that little lip right there, but then you just slide it over. A little bit more difficult than I thought it was gonna be, but hey, it's secure. All right, so now I have everything set up. I can show you guys kind of my layout, what I'm gonna do on my garage ceiling. So I've got everything connected. You can see I put a 3-piece on that one, and that one to keep it connected. And I switched it upside down because my brain was starting to hurt trying to flop it in my head. So it's okay if I do upside down now because these things, these little connectors are thicker than the rest. So it's all sitting on that. It's not gonna scratch up the surface. So that is my first little beautiful shape that I made all by myself. I feel like a grade schooler again, making pieces. So that's one down, and I have the rest of the garage to do. I feel like I'm gonna run out, but I swear I did the math right. All right, so here's my final layout because I mathed wrong, and this is what we have instead. So yeah, left a big blank area over here just because I'm gonna have a ton of light from that little Amazon light there. So I took the ones over there because I ran out of room over here. Also, if you're gonna do this, make sure you map out the design. It says in the link below, just go onto Amazon if you're gonna get this. See exactly how many pieces there are. There's only so many of these pieces, depending on which kit you get, and there's only so many connectors. So you have like the 3-piece connectors, and then you also have like the 2-piece connectors, and then they also sent me these ones, which are the longer ones. You can use these for a bunch of different things, but then they have like straight connectors and elbow connectors. It says exactly how much are on there. So do your math, and of course do your math right. Unlike myself, I just kind of mocked it up and was like, oh, that'll work. If not, I'll just move it around. So this is how I have it. It'd be cool if I had one more light, but honestly, I need to have one open in order to plug it in. Right now, I have this one plugged in. This is the one that just goes straight to an outlet. And of course, I have that connected up here just to make sure everything is connected, everything works. And like I said, I highly suggest you do what I'm doing, lay it out, make sure it fits, make sure it mocks up correctly. You don't have to connect them in because as I found out, they're pretty easy to click in, but when you try to take them off, they're a pain in the butt because you have to lift this up sometimes, and also it catches on this one, so you could have the end cap completely come off. So keep that in mind. You can just put them next to each other, mock it up. You don't have to click it in like I did because I'm gonna have to take a majority of these apart. I'm just gonna have like sections so I don't take the whole thing apart. Take it out in a section, pop it up on the ceiling, and screw it into the drywall. All right, let me plug it into the wall and see what we got. Bada bing, bada boom. Aw, yeah. Looks like they all work. All right, so pretty self-explanatory. When you put the stuff up there, you line it up. I did it in chunks, so I unclipped a few of them, put it up there, and each one of them has that little screw. Some of them, like this one, you can see my stud that goes all the way across. I could just put those straight in. Other ones, I needed to put in an anchor, so a drywall anchor, and then you just kind of do it piece by piece. I started right here in the middle because I know that was the middle. I laid it down on the ground. Dog didn't help at all. Thank you. And then now that I know that it's centered, I could center it this way, and I went all the way across. I did everything that I needed to do. And now you can see the before and after. So right now we're in the garage. Look at doggo. You can even see her shadow. But I have this one up here. That's the only light I have. Garage door's closed because it's like 1,000 degrees outside. And eventually that garage light turns off, and this is what we're left with. So now I'm going to turn these on. I have it plugged into the wall just to test it. Next part of the video, I'm gonna actually be installing that. Super simple, but I'm gonna connect it to this light, so when I turn that on, everything turns on. But let's see what it looks like plugged in. Oh, there we go. It is daylight in here. It is so bright. No more doggy shadows. Look at that. I think it looks fantastic. I wish I had slightly more just so I could finish it off, but really, this thing covers every aspect of the garage that I could be in. If I'm down at the end working on the exhaust of a car, I still have light. And I do have a little bit of room over here, and I also do have a little bit of room left on this side, but that's what these ones can be for. I can hook these up and basically make an entire ring around the entire garage just to make more light in here. I could put it in the corners. I could do a few things, but those are gonna be pretty darn big, and I can wire those up separately. But first, now that I have all this fancy stuff up here, this is just temporary, like I said. Now what I'm gonna do, I left this one open, and we've got a plug right in there just to test it. They have the other plug that is just the wires. I'm gonna pop that one in, drill a hole right through the ceiling, get up in the attic, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect this to this, but I have to go to Lowe's and get a box and some wire. All right, so I just got back from the hardware store. This was super cheap. This stuff right here is $1 per foot. That's like, I mean, less than $1 for a plate. I don't think you need to put a cover on per code, but you do need to have a box for the stuff where we're gonna join the wires together. So we need to have that. This one is, but basically you don't need anything crazy. I just got this because it was cheap and it was enough to hold the amperage that's going through there for in there, which reminds me, I'm gonna have to turn the breaker off. Remember, turn your breakers off to whatever hot stuff that you're gonna be working with so you don't zap the living hell out of yourself. But this is all I need. I just need the wire, the box, and I mean, I don't know if you need a cover, but I'm gonna put a cover on there because I want to. So we're gonna jump up in the attic. Basically, all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this wire, I drilled a hole and just fed it up, not all the way, but fed it up through there. And all we're gonna do is right up there on the stud, it's right next to the stud, we're gonna put this in, and right there in the back, you can see there's little punch outs. We're gonna put one side in and the other side in. We're gonna join it together with this stuff. So this side is gonna be that wire, and then this side will be right through here. We're gonna join those, and then we're gonna run the other wire into this one. So I'm not 100% sure on if the wires are on this side or the top side. We'll have to see that. And that's all it is. It's super, super simple. So let me jump up there and show you. All right, so we're up here in the attic. This is the light that we have. And then right over here, you can see that's where I've got that pulled out. So because that's super short, I'm gonna put the box right over here, and then I'm gonna tie it in over there, get that, swing it over here, and we're gonna connect it up here. All right, so I got the box set up. So it's gonna be set up like this. The stud's gonna be on this side, so the nails are gonna go into the stud, so it just sits up there. I've got the end split like that, so I can just join these wires with the wires coming from that one. So that one, the one from the lights, is going to come up through the wall and then in through the bottom of here, join in, and they're gonna join in with these guys that I just got cut. It's only 2 wires, so I don't need to use the other 2, but you know, future projects, it's nice to have those there. I'm gonna join those 2, wire nut, shove it down in there, close the box, and then this end, I'm gonna connect to the existing wires on our actual light that we currently have in here. So all of this beautiful honeycombness can shine bright like a diamond on my dirty car. All right, this is what we got so far. Just nailed the box in there. As you can see, I've got the one from our lights coming in through here. I've got the one that I just showed you, our existing wire, in through there. And all I'm gonna do is just connect the wires from there to there. Now, a good question is, one of them's blue and one of them's like a weird tan color. I don't know which one's hot and which one's not, or whether or not that matters. Now I have to do research, damn it. Well, as far as I can tell, the polarity doesn't matter. So, I'm just gonna hook them up. Red to tan and blue to black, and go with that. If it explodes, I know I got it wrong. Oh, by the way, I'm not a professional. All right, easy enough. Got those wire nutted together, just like I said I was gonna do. And now I run the wire over to here, and you can see that this is the wire that's running into our, whatchamacallit, light. Yeah, light fixture. So we need to get this end and join it into there. All right, guys, pretty simple. Just took the light fixture off and we have a beautiful box up in here, which has everything we need. You can see the ground wire wasn't even used on that one. It's not needed for something like this. So on the inside, you can see there's a punch out hole. If you look up there, there's more punch outs. So up in the attic, I can punch out like this one or that one over there. I can pop those out. I can feed the wires in here, join them up on the inside of this box because this counts as a electrical box. I don't have to get a new box up there. It'd be really messy too. But I can join them up here. So I'm gonna splice the black into the black, the white onto the white. Boom, we're done. Put this back and everything works. All right, you can see I popped a hole through there and I've pulled it out at least 6 inches, so it's up to code. I think, again, not an expert, but this is out. Now I just need to go through the grueling task of stripping this down, which if you guys never have stripped this stuff, oh, it sucks. All right, just stripped them back and ready to splice into these ones. And it must be really hot in here because I just realized that I stripped back, well, at least on both sides, so it doesn't matter. I stripped back the black and the pink in here when I should have done the white, but honestly, it doesn't matter because copper wire is just copper wire. So as long as you match the colors up, you know that the black on this end is the black on the other end, the red on this end is the red on the other end. So black, I'm gonna put on black. Red, I'm just gonna make my hot, which in like the car world it is, in the home world it's black. So yeah, so I noticed that, so shut up. Okay, I got everything wired in. Pretty simple. I definitely didn't drop it. It's totally fine. I just shoved all the wires back up there. It's secure. It's not going anywhere. It's so hot. All right, so we're headed back over here to the panel. Our garage door and all the other crap in the garage is off. Click. Nothing happened, which is a great sign. I don't have anything on. I don't even have the light switch back in. Light is off. No giant explosions. We're good. Alrighty, I turned on the breaker. Everything's plugged in. I just screwed that in. Hopefully nothing explodes. You guys ready? Oh, it's daytime. Whew. Oh, that looks so cool. There you go. It works. It's so weird. You can hear all the lights crackling in their plastics. Well, there it is, guys. All finished up, all wired in. So I just hit a button and my entire garage is lit up and it looks absolutely amazing, especially if I actually get around to cleaning the Tesla. I can get some nice reflections on it. But now that everything is all done, the next thing I'm gonna do in one of my next videos is, it is so incredibly hot in here. I'm gonna go up in the attic and I'm gonna insulate the entire attic and I'm gonna do the garage door. So look forward to that video because that one is gonna be a long one and it's gonna be so needed. It's so hot in this garage. I can't even stay in here much longer. So hope you guys enjoyed. Anything that's in this video, look down below in the description. It's all down there.